0808, runway 10, clear to land.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Spur here. We're back at it in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and today we are going to be sightseeing Atlanta, Georgia. It's been a while since we've done a sightseeing video, and Atlanta is a place I've actually been in and worked in many times over the years. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're taking off out of Brownfield. Let's see, it's Fulton County Brownfield. I've always known it as Charlie Brown. I don't know if they still call it that or not, but that's what we're going to call it, Charlie Brown. Over here by the Chattahoochee River on the northwest side of town. So we're going to go ahead and knock the brakes off, open the throttle, and get going. So this is post-patch. This is post-USA World Update 2, and we're going to take a look. There's a few things in the patch notes about Atlanta Airport and the scenery upgrades in general. So we're going to see what it looks like, and we are rotating and we're off. We're going to climb out at 70 knots. We're in the 172 again. It's been a long time since I've been in this plane. Honestly, it's been a good while. And we're not flying real weather. I had to change the weather up because it's actually IFR right now in Atlanta, and I really wanted to get this video done today. I don't generally like to fly the little windy, a little gusty. I don't generally like to fly the Citation or the A320 right after the patches, even if they are fixed. I don't even know. I don't expect there to be updates for the aircraft right now, as far as like the fly-by-wire and the working title. There could be. I honestly haven't looked. It's something that I don't ever bother with until at least a few days after, I guess, to give the dust time to settle from the patch and things like that. So we're just going to do a little sightseeing. Like I said, I started out originally when I did videos. We did a lot of these over in DFW and those areas, and we're kind of getting back to our roots here just a tad. We're going to climb out to 2,000 feet. You know, let's go ahead and set the autopilot and flight level change. And there we are. Beautiful downtown Atlanta. I've always liked Atlanta. It's kind of a pain to travel around in a little bit, but it's a really pretty city in the southeast to me. Downtown Atlanta over here, Buckhead up here. Coming up on two areas that I am very familiar with, and that is the big rail yards in Atlanta. Inman, Norfolk Southern Inman Yard, and Tilford Yard for CSX. Tilford is one I actually worked out of pretty regular back in the day. We're talking almost 20 years ago, so it's been a long time. Tilford's actually no longer there. They ripped that out a year or two ago, and if you had have told me when I was working here back in the day that one day Tilford would be ripped out, I would have laughed. I would have honestly laughed. I would never believe that in a million years, but it is no longer there. It is no longer there. There's the locomotive service facility and the former hump for Tilford, and the departure yard right here, and the receiving yard back through here. So really cool to be able to see that and check that out. And just hop back in the plane real fast and get our RPM situated here. We want to kind of putt along a little bit here. I'm gonna pull that back just a tad. We're going to ignore ATC because they suck, right? They really just do. And I thought I synchronized this. I guess I didn't. It's so weird. Sometimes you hit that button and you swear that you synchronized it, and you really haven't. So. Let's turn back towards the south a little bit. See what we can see here. All right, let me get my bearings. That would be Howell Yard in Atlanta. That is the current CSX yard in Atlanta right now. It is a holdover from the old Seaboard Airline route that went to Birmingham, Alabama. The route was severed many years ago, back in the 80s, and they just kept this yard here in town to to use back in the day when I was familiar with it. I used it for like storage and local switching and stuff like that. Now it's their main yard. Either way, pretty cool. Something a little historical there. Got Mercedes-Benz Stadium off in the distance here. This is I-75 and 85 right here. In fact, this is actually where they split, 75 and 85. 75 continuing to the north, and 85 off to the northeast. Got Kennesaw Mountains over here in the distance. What else we got here? Centennial Park should be over here along the route. Now this is part of Georgia Tech University. This is Bobby Dodd Stadium here, and their baseball and softball fields. You know, honestly, I don't know if it's my mind playing tricks on me or what, but maybe the scenery does look a little bit upgraded here. We'll look at the patch notes in a bit. Here we are, like I said, there's Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Here's beautiful downtown Atlanta. These buildings are correct. From what I can tell, unless there may be some in there that aren't, these buildings are pretty dang accurate for sure. Let's tell ATC to bug off. There we go.
Cessna November Flight 250 Bravo, frequency change.
Getting a few stutters over downtown here. Nothing horrible though. So, you know, honestly, performance hasn't been bad since the update yesterday, from what I can tell. Here's the interchange between 75 and I-20. The 75 and 85 are combined through here, so you got that. Hey, remember, that might be Grady Memorial Hospital right there. I'm not positive on that, or I think it's that one. I think so. I'm not 100% positive on that, but I think it is. This is the old Fulton County Baseball Stadium, Braves Field. Here, you can see the what's left of the diamond. Ooh, stutters. That must be because the airport, Hartsville is loading in. The old diamond down here. Oh man, that's bad. And the new stadium right next door. And we're just going to continue along down 75 and 85. This is Norfolk Southern Yard here. I don't know the name of it. I'm not really that familiar with them. I think that goes down towards Macon in that way, maybe. Now, I will say, when I tried this out yesterday the first time, I tried it very briefly just to kind of look around. The traffic was really, really busy in Atlanta. It was some of the busiest traffic I have seen, as you can tell. There's a lot of traffic over there right now. It's crazy busy. Now, the thing about Atlanta that I wanted to look at that caught my eye, let me pull the, let's see, World Update 2 USA. I was looking at the notes on it here, and it said that the World Update 2 USA features an improved digital elevation model, new improved DEM with resolution up to 1 meter, along with new aerial textures for significantly better appearance in several states across the country. Add to that 4 new handcrafted airports: Atlanta, Dallas-Fort Worth, Friday Harbor, and New York Stewart's. Visual and logical improvements to 48 more airports, plus 50 new high-fidelity points of interest, and your stateside journey is sure to be stunning. Okay, so I wanted to look at this handcrafted Atlanta airport, right? Wow, look at all the traffic. That's why we were getting all those stutters, all this stuff loading in. All right, it's going to be I-85 running along with the field here. We're coming up on North Cargo Terminal. This, if you watch my videos, you've heard me talk about the old airport. Maybe I'll throw a picture in here just so you can get an idea. The old terminal was right up here. Used to come in this way and go to the old terminal, and it seems like it had a runway here and some crossing runways as well too. Wasn't anything like it is now. Nothing like it is now. And then the control tower is set up here on top of the terminal. It was really neat. Really neat setup. Wow, lots of planes here. Very, very, very busy. This is the busiest I think I've seen it. Maybe I've just lucked out at the right time because it is the morning rush. But it's definitely busy. Yeah, it's going well. Let's see, it's almost 10 a.m. their time. It should be getting out of the morning rush, but either way, there's a lot of traffic here. A lot of traffic. So let's look at this new airport for Atlanta. I'll be honest, I wasn't that impressed. You know, the other one, this is a little improvement to it. a little bit, but you know, it's definitely not on par with like you know, a third-party add-on or something. At least I don't think. But you know, you know, it's Atlanta. It's Atlanta. I mean, you can tell. I'm not sure what's going on with these terminals because they look almost blank. But there it is. There it is. That's Atlanta. Take it or, you know, take it or leave it. South Cargo here. Runway 10, new runway 10 that was put in over the loop here that goes around Atlanta 285. So that's pretty neat as well. And I think since we've checked out the airport, Hartsfield, we'll turn back. We'll turn back to the north, I think, and see what else we can find. Go back north. Flying over Atlanta at 2,000 feet. I don't think they would. I think they would probably frown upon this in real life. Maybe you might have a phone number to call by the end of your flight, but we're doing it. The great part of flight simulation is we're able to do that. Now, it has Riverdale in this area around the airport as a point of interest as well, too. It has several points of interest here on the map. If you look at it, that I don't remember being there before. So, yeah, I think there are some scenery upgrades, and the trees look a little different to me as well. Like I said, this all could be me, you know, it could be my mind playing tricks on me, because sometimes, you know, you hear an update and you're like, well, does that look different? Does that look different? You know, I mean, you're not really completely sure, but it does look like it has been upgraded a little bit to me. Either way, the scenery is nice. I have no issues with it. It looks great. It's Atlanta. It's absolutely Atlanta. You know, out of all the times I've been up here, I mean, I recognize places no problem. So look at there, nice view of this flight coming in. I don't know who EDV is. Not sure on that one. They're landing to the east. Are there any more coming in? Oh yes, lots of them. Lots of parallel approaches coming in. That's really cool. Busiest airport in the world, Atlanta. A lot of people don't believe that. If they're not into aviation or don't know much about it, you tell them Atlanta's the busiest in the world, they're like, nah, no, it's not. Most people would think like non-aviation enthusiasts would think like New York or Chicago or somewhere overseas or something like that. But Atlanta would be it. And that's all due to the Delta. The Delta. I don't think if it wasn't for Delta, Atlanta wouldn't be the busiest in the world. There's Stone Mountain off, way off in the distance there, so you can see that. Pretty neat stuff. Looks really nice. It is most definitely Atlanta. Like I said, you know, I look around, I see landmarks that I can pick out really easy, and roads and stuff like that. And if I look hard enough, I can find other stuff as well. So pretty neat. We'll go back over downtown. We'll keep plugging along. Here's Tri-Cities High School. We're coming into East Point. This is another Norfolk Southern Rail Yard. Not sure the name of it. CSX has trackage rights through here up through downtown as well. I'm really not that familiar with NS operations though, so couldn't tell you much about it. But there's another rail yard, and they all have the extruded freight cars, which I absolutely love. It adds a lot to it. Also had the MARTA line and the MARTA station here that run alongside. All right, let's go back to the east just a tad, and we'll hit 85, 75, and then we'll proceed. We'll proceed to the north, back over downtown again. All right, here's 75, 85 again. All right, now let's go back to the north. Wish I could get this plane just a little bit slower. A little bit. No, not that way. We need to go the other way. There we go. Back to the north. Let's pull the throttle back just a tad. If we can get it down around 90. That's what I want to do. Now here we are back over to baseball stadium. It's coming back into downtown. You can see 75, 85 skirting along to the east. And let's see what else here. Was looking for Grant Park in the Atlanta Zoo, but I missed it. It's back over here somewhere. Missed that one. Hop back in. Go back to the east just a tad. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Back over to the east, there's Halsey Yard on the old, it's another CSX yard. It was a big intermodal yard. It may be closed now. That may be another one that they closed. I'm not positive on that, but that's on the old Georgia Road, goes out to Augusta, Georgia. Alright, finally found Centennial Park. Here we go. Right here, Centennial. And we'll keep heading back north. Slowed the plane down to 70 knots, dropped the flaps. So you're doing a little slow flight here. Wow, that I didn't realize how tall that skyscraper is. That is like really super tall. There's, you know, there's so much stuff to look at. It's really super hard to get everything. I mean, that's true for any of these major cities. There's so much stuff. So it's like a really just a brief kind of overview. Just seeing what it looks like. Alright, so here's Tbs Headquarters, and I really want to find it. There's the old headquarters. That's the original building right there. In fact, let's pause it real quick. Here's some active pause. Hopefully that won't stall us. There you go. That is the old original headquarters. You see the satellite dishes and stuff like that. So, the thing about the original headquarters that I think is really cool, like I said, if you're a wrestling fan, I used to watch it a lot when I was a kid. Back in the early 80s, Georgia Championship Wrestling, and then later on WCW throughout the 80s, and even some in the 90s too, but the early Georgia Championship Wrestling stuff and the early WCW that you see with the can sets and all that, that was filmed right there at that old building. It looks like an old mansion, really. From the outside, it looks like an old Southern mansion, but it was actually, they had studios in there and their offices and all that stuff. So that was really really super cool that that was done there. All right, so let's see. This is the Buckhead area over here. 75 going north. Like I said, we got our flaps down. We're cruising along at like 70 knots. We're doing some slow flight here. Beautiful day. This is beautiful. This is preset weather. It's actually quite nasty in Atlanta right now. It's IFR conditions. I think ceiling of 700 feet. Something along those lines. So we've got preset weather, and we're just putting along, looking around, just checking things out. And I think what we may do, we may head up to Marietta, up to Dobbins Air Reserve Base, and check it out. And then maybe go up to Kennesaw and land. I think that would be cool. So let's hop back in the plane, and let's open the throttle up to we'll do 2200. We don't have to cruise too fast. We'll get the speed up a bit here, and we'll retract flaps, and we'll proceed that way. Let's head back to the northwest just a little bit. I keep hitting the wrong button. That'd be the Marietta area up here, and like I said, that's Kennesaw Mountain in the distance. Really cool area. And I see the lead-in lights for Dobbins, so we got that. I guess Dobbins Air Reserve Base. Now, it was Dobbins Air Force Base back in the day. They've had a lot of stuff there over the years. A lot of different things. It's really hard to name off all the different things that they've had there. But when the Georgia Air National Guard had F-15s back many years ago, they were based out of Dobbins, and then they got rid of their, or they traded in their F-15s for B-1 bombers, and they moved down to Robins. And then they traded those in for J-Stars, I think now, maybe. I think Dobbins is where Lockheed did a lot of work. I want to say they did the C-141 conversions or the stretches there at Dobbins. Maybe some of you are more familiar with that and know, you can say, but the C-141, the Starlifters from back in the day, they were the big transport planes before they had the C-17s, and they had the C-141As, and they stretched them. They lengthened them out to make the C-141Bs, and I'm not sure what other upgrades they may have done on that, but they put these big plugs in them to make them longer. It was a pretty neat project. I had a great uncle that worked up there, owned C-141s, and retired. So that's pretty neat. Still lots of traffic back towards Hartsville. You can see that Atlanta haze in the distance. That is true. That is true. Going back over the Chattahoochee. I want to go back over towards, I want to do some flying around Dallas now and see if that area looks better. Maybe they got it, if they got it upgraded or not. Yeah, we're back along 75. Traffic's looking pretty good down there today. It's really sparse and moving quite well. If you guys are familiar with Atlanta and you've driven through town, you know it's a nightmare. Especially in the mornings and the evening, it's horrible. Alright, we're heading back more to the north, flying over the approach end of Dobbins Air Reserve Base. There you go. I think all the Lockheed stuff was back over here, maybe. Pretty neat. This is a pretty part of Georgia where you're starting to get into the North Georgia mountains. The countryside up there. And we should be getting close to the airfield at Kennesaw. Let's find it here. There's Kennesaw Mountain National Battlefield. That is true. That is a Civil War park, Civil War battlefield at Kennesaw. And let's see. It looks like it's gonna be just north of the mountains, actually. We'll keep putting along. Yesterday was a busy day as far as like gaming and stuff. We had this update for USA Update 2, World Update 2. That was like 9 gigabytes. It was huge. And then I had gotten the update for Black Ops Cold War at some point. I don't know if it was like night before last or yesterday or what, but it had updated and had a Nuketown map added to it, which I absolutely love. It's one of my favorites. And double XP too. So if you want to level up your weapons and stuff like that, you better hop in now. I think it's still the 30th. I think it's for this week, maybe. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's at least a few days. I already got, my favorite right now is the AK-74U. I've already got it, just about all the attachments I can get for it now. I got a few more left to get, but, and it seems to level up, to me, it seems to level up really fast in Nuketown. Combined arms also, it levels up really quick for me. I'm not an expert player in there by any means whatsoever. I'm actually very mediocre FPS player. We'll put it that way. And seeing this traffic out there reminded me of something that I stumbled upon the other day. That's FS Live Traffic Liveries mod that a group is working on that is supposedly going to really revamp the AI traffic, and they'll all be in the correct liveries and all that stuff. Current objectives support live traffic with FL AI aircraft, so you'll have the correct aircraft that you need to see instead of just all the only default that we have right now. Redefine AI behaviors for takeoff, roll, and flare. Provide open beta in the near future for kind-specific and actionable feedback. Partner with the livery mega pack. Let's see what else. Project goals: proper model and livery matching for every ICAO listed aircraft in the sky or ground. You will see real Horizon Dash 8 flights in Seattle, not the yellow generic Baron-like planes. True Aeroflot landings in Moscow and Air France in Paris. Community ecosystem, AI traffic gateway. Model and livery artists will be able to add their aircraft through FSLTL, standardized onboarding, independent install system, install, uninstall, or update separately from model libraries. Completely rework the online traffic system based on real flight data. Even offline at proper time and day, proper aircraft will fly by its schedule. That would be absolutely freaking awesome. I cannot wait. That will help immensely the immersion. You know, it absolutely will. It will help immensely. And wow, Kennesaw is busy. There's a few guys flying around. Just saw that jet. What is this? It's an airliner. It's a private airliner. It's a private A320 flying out of Kennesaw. Interesting. There you go, Kennesaw Mountain, beautiful Kennesaw Mountain in the background. It's a very cool place. You can hike up to the top. And Kennesaw Airfield here, or I think it's Cobb County, something to that effect. And the beautiful North Georgia mountains in the distance there. That's where Mrs. Spur is from. She's from the North Georgia mountains. Very, very gorgeous area up there. So yeah, we got this quarry here. The updated DEMs do seem to be in effect here because you can see the piles of stuff. Some of them are a little jaggy. I mean, you expect that. It's not going to be perfect. This is just a base. I look at all of this as being a base for people to come in and improve upon and tweak. I mean, damn, it's the entire world that they're doing. I mean, just the scale of it is mind-boggling. So I tend to cut them a lot of slack on this stuff. Unless it is just like something major wrong or bad, I try to cut them some slack. I really do. I try to cut them slack. But like I said, just the sheer scale of things, it's impressive. But okay, so we need to figure out where we're going to land here at Kennesaw. Let's see, is this Marietta McCollum? Okay, it's not Cobb County. And I was trying to find the ATIS because I don't know what the weather or what the wind is in this preset in this area. So we need to find that. We need to find the wind. We need to find ATIS. Where is ATIS at? There we go. 128.125. Hop in the plane. And let's find comm. Where are you at? Comm, course and barrow. Okay, there we go. Comm. 128, 125. 128, 125.
McCollum Airport information. Flight 1500 Zulu. Climb 275 at 7. Visibility 7. Sky condition. Few clouds at 800 feet ceiling. 5,400 feet broken. Temperature 13. Dew point 13. Altimeter 29.902. Visual runway 27 in use. Landing and departing runway 27. DSR.
Okay, runway 27 is what we're going for. All right, let's swap you back. And what is the field elevation here? Let's look at that really fast. And then we'll turn back in and make our arrival. Let's see, field elevation. Where are you at on this? Uh, 1,040. Okay, 1,040. So we'll do 1,000 feet. But we need to circle back in. Need to circle back in towards the field. So let's do that. Man, that haze is really kicking in back towards the sun. That is so cool. That is really, really super cool. All right, let's get turned back towards Kennesaw, and I think it should be right here in front of the mountain. We'll circle over the field, and then we'll come back and descend and circle around into a downwind for 27, a left downwind. Beautiful, beautiful scenery though. This, all in all, this experience is just absolutely amazing. I'm still blown away by it. I really just am. You know, I never imagined that it would be like this when I heard, you know, FS2020 was coming out. To be able to fly over all these areas that, you know, areas that you're familiar with, and you're easily able to locate and spot things and get around. You know, I mean, I could fly all the way up to, I could fly up to North Georgia where Mercedes from, Mrs. Spur. I could fly all the way up there, no problem. You know, I've dead reckoned all over the place in this sim so far, and it's really just quite easy. It's amazing. And I'm really, really looking forward to that live traffic update. If those guys can pull that off, that would be absolutely amazing. That would be absolutely amazing to tweak it, you know, to have actually the traffic that you're supposed to see, you know, real time or even offline, you know. But either way, if Atlanta's, you know, jam-packed the 5 o'clock rush hour, it's going to be there. You're going to see it, you know, and that is what I'm really, really looking forward to. I think that'll help really advance the immersion of the experience. All right, here we are, Kennesaw Field. Let's head a little bit more to the south, and we'll go ahead and slow the plane up. We'll cross over, and then we'll loop out and back around into our left downwind. All right, we're coming into Kennesaw, and one thing I noticed, I can't raise my view up in the cockpit anymore with my up arrow for some reason. That's something I used to do a lot, and I can't seem to get that to work for some reason. All right, so we're coming in on 45. Let's turn downwind. We're a little bit low here. We'll be all right. It dawned on me later that I calculated our field height wrong. We were actually at the right altitude the whole time. 1,040 feet and 1,000 feet, 1,000-foot pattern would put it at 2,000 feet, and so we were exactly where we needed to be. Get a beam, the numbers. right, there we go. Beam the numbers. Let's go ahead and get some flaps. Full power back. And we'll start descending and we'll turn base. We'll turn left base. We get 45 off the numbers here. Power going back more. Pull it back enough. Getting a little bit fast now. Been a while since I've flown this plane. It really has. Pull it on back. Let's go ahead and turn base and get some more flaps. Be a little bit high on this one. Just a wee tad. Wee tad. Alright, coming through 500 feet. How we look now? How we look here? Not bad. Not bad. I know, 500. Yeah, the trees look different. The trees honestly look like they look fuller. They look a little better to me now. There we go. Coming in at 70 knots. We'll go ahead and do full flaps. Add a little power in. Look like we're coming in just a tad low. First glance it looked high, and then I looked at it again. I was like, maybe a little bit low. Either way, we're good now. We'll make it work. We got plenty of runway, right? Some weirdness going on over there on the power back on the right. I was looking at that, not paying attention to the landing. There we go. We're down. We're down in Kennesaw. Nice area to fly. If you haven't flown in sim around Atlanta, I would definitely suggest it. A lot of fun. And we'll clear the active. And we'll call it. And get our flaps up. Alright guys, welcome to Kennesaw, Georgia. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of a tour around Atlanta. Just kind of getting a little idea, looking at a few sites. Like I said, there's so much. There's so much stuff. That goes for any major city. It's hard to cover it all, but just picking off a few little things here and there. Anyway, if you did like, please remember to like, subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment. All that stuff is greatly, greatly appreciated. Creeping up on 100 subs. It really just blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind, guys. And I appreciate all of it. I appreciate all that you have done and contributed, and look forward to doing more. And with all that said, we will catch you in the air next time. Peace.